So having come this far, let's put all the pieces together and look at the whole picture. The Lord led me to this very handy diagram or map detailing the hidden forces influencing every major culture of the world for all of recorded human history. If you're familiar with esoteric knowledge, then it's very likely that you recognize the symbol used to explain away the link between all of these societies. The form of this symbol, with spheres on each side and interconnecting lines that create certain shapes, is known as the Kabbalah Tree of Life. Needless to say, everything the Father creates, the enemy inverts to fit his own anti-God agenda. But the author of this map saw that it was only fitting to use their own symbol to explain away the depth of this system. Now, for those of you who live in America, this is a very important detail to understand. All of these elite bloodlines have made it a key objective to pass down knowledge, wealth, authority, and all the power and influence that they have from generation to generation in order to maintain their bloodlines and remain in power for as long as possible. They have effectively fooled the masses by constantly adopting new names and identities as society progresses. But they're all one and the same. It went from the pharaohs in Egypt to Babylon, to Rome, to the Vatican, the Freemasons, the Jesuits, and ultimately the Illuminati, which brings all of these groups together since 1776 thanks to Adam Weishaupt. But they all boiled down to one final empire that would realize all of their dreams at once, and that is the United States of America, which many people know it plays a great part in the Mystery Babylon system. And although it is true that this nation was founded on Christian principles, that's only half the story. But the main problem, it's not how it ends, but how it began. When we scroll all the way to the top, what we find is Canaanite human sacrifice, the beginning of cannibalism, the cult of Baal. In short, the spirit of the bull. So by seeing this diagram, we can truly understand how ancient, powerful, knowledgeable, and dangerous this spirit truly is against a dormant church or a weakened body of Christ. That said, the Lord, gracious and merciful as He is, always provides the tools, the weapons, and the knowledge for us to come out victorious out of set challenges for our strengthening and for His glory. So as I meditate on this topic, He shows me another vision. But this one details the weakness of this specific spirit. We were a small group of warrior saints who were suddenly confronted with a battalion of minotaurs. Although minotaurs are associated with Greek mythology, it harkens back to the form of ancient gods that even Israel worshipped in hiding at times. So the battle begins, and naturally, these minotaurs are formidable opponents. They are vicious and extremely violent. But as the battle wages on, for whatever reason, we started attacking the horns on their heads directly. Naturally, this changed the whole dynamic of the battle. And as soon as we cut the horns off their heads, they start dropping one after another. It's as if their Herculean strength was immediately zapped from them, and they became as flesh. They were no longer able to stand against us because their spirit was broken. So as I'm seeing this, the Lord brings to memory Daniel 8 verse 7, where it talks about a goat who breaks the horns off a ram. And as soon as this happens, the ram drops, has no energy left, and then the goat tramples over it. And on that same train of thought, the Lord brings me to the story of Samson, which, similarly, he exposes his source of strength. So when Delilah learns this and cuts off his hair, the Spirit of the Lord leaves him, and he becomes as weak as any other man. And to confirm all this, I was praying in an area I never go to, and as I walked there and looked down, I come across this curious sight. That is the faithfulness of our Father. He provides the necessary answers so long as we seek Him with all our hearts. To summarize, I will go through each point in quick succession so that we remember our mission and our goal. Firstly, we saw the vision where the bull attacked the Ark of the Covenant directly, which is a focused attack on the elect. Then we saw the arches of Baal being erected in specific events and locations of financial dominance. Now, for the elite to treat the Arch of Baal with such fanfare, it is easy to see that this is no mere archaeology appreciation project. Then we have the name of Europe, which is derived from the adulterous story of Europa and the bull, which essentially curses the entire region to be victimized and lusted after. Then we went to the charging bull statue in the financial district of Manhattan, New York, which is symbolic of the offering of our finances to this ancient spirit. From there, we saw the connection between bull and goat. Firstly, by seeing the opening ceremony of the Goddard Tunnel. Secondly, by seeing a bold attempt in the capital of Arkansas to erect a statue in honor of the spirit, which, if you weren't aware, it demands the sacrifice of children, just like Baal. Then finally, I presented the deep state map that details how it all began with the Canaanites and the cult of Baal, and it came down from one organization to another until it culminated in the final empire, which would be named the United States of America. So now, we have quite the battle in our hands. However, we have been shown what the enemy is trying to do. Not only that, but we have been given the tools, the weapons, and the knowledge of the enemy's weakness, which will give us the advantage in this all too important battle. In the scriptures, horns represent power, kingly authority, and a spiritual nature. Therefore, given said spiritual nature of this battle, we must not only speak and pray these things into existence, but with faith and the spirit of our minds, we must visualize ourselves cutting off the horns of this enemy. Moreover, the one thing that continues strengthening this ancient spirit is human sacrificing. When we deprive the enemy of this specific source, this spirit will be weakened. Therefore, we must pray against that if we are to see this enemy fall once and for all. The King of Kings and Lord of Lords, Yahweh Tsevaot, or Lord of Hosts, is with us in this endeavor. The paradigm shift is coming, but first there must be a final, powerful spiritual push through prayer from as many believers and churches as we can get involved in this mission. So if you know anyone that would join our cause, please share this video. Thank you for listening, and be blessed in the name of Yahushua HaMashiach, or Jesus Christ. I hope to see you soon in this channel, and if not, I'll see you in the air. Be blessed and shalom.